Hello, family. So, today I wanted to talk about do you get along with your mate or your spouse's parents and his or her siblings and other family members? So, I'm here with my electric blue today. I love this blue shirt. Um, yeah, so that's the question. Do you? What do you do if your mate's parents act as if they don't care for you? Do you try hard to make them care? Do you go the extra mile and bring over cakes and goodies and scented candles for the ladies? You know, what can you do if you feel like your mate's parents don't care for you for no reason? What should you do? That is the question. So, it's a real good question because, I go through that. I've been through that in most relationships. With guys, it seems as if the mom is a lot standoffish. And I'm not sure if she's just concerned about my intentions with the son. But in past relationships, it's always been a case where I had to, no, in one situation with my two youngest, their dad, with my children's dad, his mom wasn't like that. She would talk to me, even though she would talk about me, but behind my back, of course. But she would talk to me and just try to get all the information she can get from me or get me to do whatever because I was just that nice, you know, girlfriend who would be like, oh, I will call and ask her if she needed anything. If I knew we were going over there, I would ask her, was she hungry? I would bring her some food. Um, try to do little things to get her attention in a positive way and show her that, that I wanted to befriend her. So with her, it was pretty much easy. And I'm sure she had her reservations about me, but she never said that to me. So, but we just, if on the outside, from the outside looking in, it looked like we were the best of friends or liked each other. But is it important to get along with your spouse or your mate's parents? It's very important. It's very important. Now, with that being said, now, I do know that there are some parents that don't want to get along with you. They don't want to have to deal with you. If your spouse speak with their parents about you, they'll blow it off, act like they didn't hear it, and whatever. So, yes, I brought this up because I have some issues myself where I'm in a relationship with the guy and he seems like, and I'm sure many of you out there can relate, okay? If you ask him, oh, my parents love you. My mom, she loves you. She always asks about you. She always talk about you. She brings you up, And I'll be like, really? Oh, okay. Okay. Right. So when I speak to her, it's not the same thing. She does not act like that. She's pretty much has to tell me everything, and I just pretty much have to let her speak, and I just sit there and listen because I want to be nice and sweet. So I just listen. And the conversation goes like this. Yeah, well, when you're doing this and that, you need to do this or that, and you need to keep it like that, and, don't do this, and you need to do that, and make sure you do that, because if you don't do that, then this will happen, and, you need to do that. You just got to do that. It's just how it is. You got to do that. You need to do that. Do that. And I'm just like, okay. Because I once tried to have a conversation where I was like, I already know how to do that. And she blew up like as if I told her shit stank. She blew all the way up. So I was just like, from that point on, I'm just going to let her speak. When I have to deal with her, I'm going to just let her speak. Yep. That's what I'm going to do. So, yeah, it's hard, because you want to get along with your mate's family, but at the same time, you don't want to look like a sucker or a fool. You don't want to be manipulated to do and say things or agree to things that you don't even agree to, that could be hard. It could be a struggle. But at the same time, I've learned now because the length of time that me and my mate have been together, I've learned now to just let her talk. And when she asks if I understand, I say my opinion quickly, briefly, and then I let her say whatever. And I just say, okay, all right. Okay. Because she heard what I had to say, and I'm going to let it just be that. And then when it comes to his siblings, that's a whole different story. Because, of course, I'm coming around, and I'm nice, and I'm smiling, and I'm like, hi, how you doing? How you doing? And he has a brother and a sister, and the sister won't give me nothing. She don't want to speak to me. She doesn't even want to look at me. And I'm like, okay. I'm not going to be rude. I'm just going to sit there and not speak to you. And the brother, he's like, yeah, hey, how you doing? He'll even come give me a hug. The mother will not hug me. And then my mate told me once upon a time, he was like, my mom, this lady tried to give my mom a hug because my mate's he's a coach. So his parents like to come to his games a lot. So in that area, they know a lot of people because they're from that area. But he told me one time that his mom, someone came up to his mom, and she just wasn't not feeling it because the lady came up and tried to hug her. So she said she just stepped away and said, do I have to hug you? I thought that was very rude. He laughed because he thought it was funny. And I was just like, okay, it's all right. So I don't try to hug her because she's never came at me to like be physical like that. So I've never tried to hug her or anything because I know it's a wall there. And I feel like that first year when we got together, he didn't bring me around his family. And I was thinking like, why he don't want to bring me around his family? Like, is he ashamed of me? Like, am I not good enough? And then the longer the relationship went on, the more I realized he probably was just protecting me because his people are what you can consider funny acting. I'm going to just say it. They're funny acting. Now, if I tell him that, he's not going to believe it. He's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? No, my mom, she loves you. She always asks about you. And I'm like, boy, bye. Okay? But you can't tell him that, and it is what it is. But so have you ever been through that experience before where the parents are just like they're not trying to bring you in, accept you into their circle. They want to keep it separated. Like my mate's mom, my boyfriend's mom, she's like, yeah, cause we such and such their last name. Like say their last name is Glenn. She's like, us Glens, we do this and do that. And she would send like a dessert, like a cake or um, Rice Krispie treats or cookies or something to the house because I have children and her son loves her desserts and stuff. So she would send it to the house, and if it's a holiday, she would write on it from the halls, or she would write a note on the package and say from the Glens or the Peters, whatever their last name is. So it's like, okay, that's not that bad, but I know I take offense to it, or I look at it sideways. I don't take offense to it because one day I'm going to be that, and then what? Okay, because I'm going to share that one day. But I know in the past with his mom, she always say like, we do this, we do that, Glenn's, Peters, whatever. She said, we do this, we do that. And I was like, okay, all right, it's not that serious to me. It's hard dealing with parents that just don't want to accept you, like, or don't want to be bothered. And then, of course, I ran into the competition stage with his mom because I felt like, she saw me as competition versus, me being his girlfriend and her being his mom. Like, there's no competition there. But I understand those childish things happen. So, like, if you do get along with your boyfriend or your girlfriend's parents, do you call and check up on them? Do you make it your business to reach out to them for like holidays, for their birthday, and say, happy birthday, Merry Christmas, Happy 4th of July, whatever you want to say, whatever holiday it is, do you greet them? My boyfriend's mom told me once that she wanted me to call and check in with her. And because I don't feel comfortable because she makes it very uncomfortable, it's weird for me because you want me to call and check in. And then when I do, it seems like you're just dissing me or telling me telling me that I don't know how to do this or that, as if you feel like my parents didn't raise me to know what to do. And it's so not the case, but you know, So that's my story, with my current situation. But and then with his other family members, because I had to go to a wedding with him. He really wanted me to go to this wedding, his cousin's wedding, and I did not want to go. I didn't because I knew how his mom was, so it was like, I bet the rest of his family is like that. And it's like, oh, but he really wanted me to go, and I was like, well, if you buy me an outfit, then I'll go. And he did. He brought me an outfit and shoes to match. And I was like, God damn. I thought that would be just too much. Like, he'd be like, you must have bumped your head. But no, he was like, okay. I was like, damn, now I gotta go. So, I buy the outfit. And I'm looking good. And we get there, and sure enough, okay, sure enough, his parents, his family act just like his parents act. Real standoffish. Now, his dad will just smile. He won't say much to me at all. He'll just look at me and smile. He'll be like, like that. And his mama, she'll have to speak and talk. And then, of course, I just listen, like I say. But his other family members, they wanted to totally, completely ignore me. Except for one, no, two, except for two. One of his aunts, she just kept asking me a whole lot of questions. I guess just trying to get to know me. And then he had one cousin that came up to me, and she was just so nice and welcoming and loving and caring. And because while he was in school, while he was in college, he came back and forth to her house because she used to cook and stuff. So he would go visit her a lot. Because he went to school out of town, not where we're from. So she was just nice. She just told me a lot of stories, and was just like, yeah, so, I moved. I'm in a different state now, but if y'all come down, then come visit. And she wanted to take a picture with us, and we all took a picture. And it was just so nice and sweet. And then his mom was sitting there, because we were sitting at the table with his mom, and I think she got a little jealous. So after the cousin left, the party was pretty much wrapping up. The wedding was wrapping up. So we were leaving, and she gets in the car, and she's like, I just had a really good time with y'all. And, Katrina, thank you so much. That's my name. Thank you so much for just a good time. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, I didn't really have that good of a time. That part was the best part of the event or the evening. But other than that, I was just sitting there, like, ready to go. Because they ate all the sweets. So I wasn't able to get no cake or no sweets, because people were just acting real ratchet. They had a cake, and they had cupcakes. And the cake, they did not cut. But the cupcakes, everyone was going up there taking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, however many they could take, and just had them piled up at their table. So I wasn't even able to get any desserts. And I don't eat candy and stuff. They had a candy table, and I don't eat candy. Now, I eat cake, but it was no cake left, and I was really upset about that, because I was thinking, okay, well, I'll go get a meal, get some cake, and they ate all the cupcakes, and the couple never cut the cake. That was so weird to me. That was so weird. When they had the cake, the cutting, when it came to that part, during the ceremony or reception, and they cut the cupcake. That sounds weird, but it was a very nice wedding. Very nice wedding. The reception place, the venue, it was at a like a golf course or something. It was very nice, well decorated, and just very nice. But his mom, on the ride to drop her off, because we picked her up, she was just like, oh, thank you so much for, y'all coming to pick me up. And after that, she kept telling my boyfriend that she had such a good time. And, she was like, tell Katrina, thank you so much. Tell her I said thank you. And then she kept calling me, and she would talk about it. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. And then one time, during one of the phone calls, she called me, and she was like, because me and my boyfriend don't have children together. So she was like, it's okay that, you have children. Don't worry about that. If people say something, don't even worry about it. just, be happy with what you have because you have a good man. And, my son, he's dedicated and he's faithful and he's just a good person. So as long as you match that, everything will work out. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't have no problem with worrying about who don't accept me being with him because I have children and he don't. It's not a thought. The thought never came to my mind. I don't worry about that. But I get it, I guess. So, yeah. So, I know. I just brought up my story because I know that other people have stories, and it's a question that, needs to be discussed. Do you talk about this situation with dealing with the parents with your boyfriend or your girlfriend? Do you let them know that, I don't really feel like, they're digging me, or, I know you say that, they like me, but I just don't feel that way. For some reason, my family treats my boyfriend with so much respect. And I mean, they're nice to him. They come up to him. They speak to him. My mom even hugs him. Well, actually, he'll go up to my mom and hug my mom. He goes to my stepdad and shake his hand. He even told me that he's going to ask them for my hand in marriage before he pops the question to me. So, it's like, and I told his mom that, because she asked, how do my family accept him? And I let her know that, my family loves him. They hug him. They're nice. Hint, hint. And she was like, oh, okay, yeah. She was like, yeah, I know they would. I knew they would. And I'm thinking, okay, all right. All right. I guess in her mind, she's probably thinking, of course they are, because they want to marry you off. You out here don't have no, you're not with your children's father. You're a single woman, single parent at that, with all these children. And, you meet this good man with this good job and, got this nice house and y'all living all there and in this niceness, and of course they're gonna like him. you know so I just wanted to share my story and in hopes of bringing light to the situation, because regardless of how his family and now his friends, his friends, it is what it is. I got some of his friends, like, really nice. They always ask about me because when he answered his phone, I could hear it. And then he has like his coworkers and stuff. That's a whole nother thing. That's another conversation. I'm gonna come back to the coworkers and stuff. That's a whole nother thing. But yeah, his friends they're good. They just want to see him happy. So that's pretty much the only thing that matters. But I wanted to bring up my situation because I know, people are dealing with the same thing, with their spouse, new relationships. You got to bring that family together. If you have children, he doesn't, or y'all both have children, dating out here is serious. It's serious business. But with that being said, don't let little things like that get in the way. Because regardless of whether or not his family and his siblings care about me or how they feel about me, he loves me. Okay? And that ain't gonna change. So I just stay sweet and smile, and everything else fall in its place. So yeah, that's my venting, for that situation. So yeah. So tell me how you feel in the comments. What you think about that? How your relationship is dealing with, the parents. Or how do you deal with the parents in your relationship? Yeah. So until next time, thank you. Bye.